Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Powertime Practice here at Pillai Center Practice. It is Saturday, January 15th, 2022. Happy New Year, everyone. We're halfway through the month of January, and hopefully we've all hit the ground running with all this new energy coming in. And here at Pillai Center and Astroved, Dr. Pillai gives us a heads up on how to navigate the celestial realms, because that's what's going on inside of us as well. These events that are happening, these celebrations, these rituals, these services that are offered through Pillai Center or Ashraved are reminding us to always go to the divine, connect with the divine, have a divine Wi-Fi connection, if you will, have a clear communication with the divine, and then we will know, okay, I am protected, I am empowered, I feel like I can overcome all the challenges, all the harms, all the hurdles. So if I haven't said it already, my name is Sucharita. For those of you who don't know me, wishing you all a very warm welcome. This week we are, the sun just transited into the sign of Capricorn according to Vedic astrology. So it's not the Western astrology, it's Vedic astrology. And what that means is that we are, the sun moves from mid-month to mid-month. So the sun transiting the sun into the sign of Capricorn is going to help our soul to realize our manifestations, to go after what it is that we really want in life. And it's perfect timing because here it is, the new year. We can set our goals and we can find out who the archetypes are, the avatars or the divine beings are that are very close, that are coming here on the earth plane to help us out. So we can get rid of enemies, diseases, deaths, litigation. We can experience wisdom, intelligence. We can experience divine protection or providence. In that when we feel like everything that we're doing, we feel like we can't even overcome our day-to-day challenges, and it begins with our mind. So this is, Thai Poosam is something that we're going to be talking about. Thai is the month, mid-month to mid-month. At this time of the year, according to the Tamil or Vedic tradition. And again, the sun has been going downward in a downward direction, the southerly direction for the past 6 months. And now it's going in an upward direction. So things are looking up, even though it may seem, oh my goodness, we're in another year of COVID. So that is the landscape, or that is the weather, let's call it that. It's whether or not we want to participate in all the fear mongering and all the challenges and all the confusion and anxiety, or do we want to go inside and connect with these beings who are pinging us? So they are, Lord Muruga is the star of the show. He's the one who was given the veil, which is the lance. And this is what a veil looks like, V-E-L. And or a lance or spear. So what it represents is your backbone as the shaft of the veil, and then the head of the veil is your third eye. So when you align with this energy, then you have the intelligence of Lord Muruga. Again, he gets rid of enemies, diseases, debts, litigation, any competitors or rivals. And then he also gives us wisdom, because his mom gave him the energy, the Shakti, to ward off all those challenging evil forces and way back when. So as we evolve in our lives, we have to battle. We have to go after what it is that we want. Sometimes we're being challenged, again, by our competitors or rivals, or perhaps even family members that we consider to be our frenemies. And we've been with them for our whole lifetime, or people who we work with for a long, long time. We can't seem to come out of those challenges. So what Lord Merga will do is he will pull the energy up from the base of the spine, the Kundalini, the Shakti, his mom's energy, and he will pull it up from the base of the spine and pierce all the chakras like the veil would be as your backbone and your midbrain. So once it gets into the midbrain, that's a portal. That's the third eye. So it will open up the eye of wisdom. So it's not about right or wrong. It's not about suffering or why are we suffering. It's about this beautiful being who is going to help us to experience it. So you can read about it on Astroved Ply Center. There's blogs, there's YouTubes that Dr. Ply has done. There are courses in Ply Center Academy that you can check out. But this is a time of the year that Astroved puts together lots of different services. So you can participate in those services as well, and they're paid services. And what happens is on this day, Thai Poosam, so Poosam is the Tamil name for Pushya star. So it's a very nourishing star. It's also the star of enlightenment. So Dr. Ply's, one of Dr. Ply's incarnations, his most recent incarnation, was Swami Ramalingam, who was this divine being here on the earth plane, and he ascended. He became a light body on this star day as well. So Lord Shiva is the one who gave him that ability over time, and then on that star day, on this star day, Poosam in the month of Thai, and it's a full moon, so it's coming up in a couple of days. So this Shiva is the primordial archetype who has the power to dissolve even the worst karma. So how does he do it? He asks you to do meditations. He asks you to perform rituals. He asks you to participate in services that are going to help uplift yourself and your community, your family, and so on, but also collectively uplift the world. So he came to this earth plane to reduce the sufferings and grant enlightenment to the people. So people think, well, enlightenment just means, oh, I'm all tingly and I feel blissful, and they have a psychological experience or a spiritual experience. But being enlightened is, according to the Tamil tradition and according to Swami Ramalingam, that's the ultimate. You want to turn the body into light. So just like Christ, when he died on the cross, he was born again, but as a light body. And what could he do? Well, he could then send the Holy Spirit. So he was out of the physical, karmic bound meat flesh, as Dr. Ply calls it, the body, the physical body, and then all the emotions and all the memories and all the thoughts and all the who, what, where, when, why, the confusion, the fear, and everyone around us, 8 billion people on the planet, are all really fearful and anxious for almost over 2 years now. So what we need is to call on the divine, and this very beautiful full moon is going to awaken something inside of us. So there are only 12, maybe 13 full moons in a year. That's not many. So it's about once a month. So if you participate in something on a full moon and you do it to your most sincere ability, so you're sincere and you're joyous and you're grateful, and then you say, okay, I don't know if I'm doing this right or if I'm doing it wrong. However, I am tuning in, and I want the blessings. I want to commune with these divine beings, with the Tamil Siddha tradition. They were all light bodies, as Dr. Ply is now. And you can see a picture behind me. I'll pull it up in a bit. It was taken at a New York event many years ago. And the person who took it is no more. But she just all of a sudden she thought, oh, I'm just going to, she was in the crowd, in the audience. I'm going to just take a picture of Dr. Ply. She didn't even think it. She just pulled out her camera. Back then, and we had cameras. So she just pulled it out and snapped the photo. And you can see it. It's just pure light. So Dr. Ply just was in a state of bringing in the Arul consciousness, Arut Param Jyoti, the divine, compassionate, most forgiving light, the most vast light, the one that is, it takes away grief and suffering, and it enlivens our bodies, our minds, our souls. It changes our DNA. So when this sun that represents our soul is moving into Capricorn, it says, get to work. Keep doing your spiritual practices and your material pursuits, because your work, whatever you're doing in your life, is your worship. So your soul came here in this body, in this form that you have, and it said, I'm going to give you a bunch of thoughts, I'm going to give you a bunch of feelings, going to give you a bunch of memories, and I'm going to give you a body. It might not be healthy, but you can get intelligence, you can get support, and then you can turn things around, especially on this Thai Poosam day. So this energy, this Shakti that Muruga's mom, the goddess Parvati, gave the energy to the veil so that he could go and lance the demon and that was disturbing the whole earth plane. So Merga, the Pleiadian God, Pleiades is a star constellation that the earth plane now is aligned with, and it's tremendous healing energy, and it is going to bring in a lot of intelligence. We need it now. So a lot of light, a lot of love, a lot of super consciousness, wisdom. It's not something about knowledge. It's something that you will feel. So he received this weapon, his powerful weapon, the veil, V-E-L, or whale, and he vanquished all evil and negative forces. So again, if you have debts, who doesn't? Credit card debts, loans that you can't seem to pay. The interest rates are too crazy and hyperinflation is happening now. And you have karmic debts to whoever it is in your life that you're being challenged by. So we don't have to look too far back into lifetimes to see what our karmas are, who our competitors are, our rivals are, who is tripping us up. It's all inside of us. So we need to clean up the inside first and all the thoughts that we have around those people inside of us and send love. And it's not easy. So when we meditate on the veil, you can pour water or milk or juice on it and every day, but especially on this full moon. Again, only 12 or 13 full moons in a year. That's it, once a month. And it is a doorway or a portal to access direct, divine Wi-Fi, clear. Boom, you're there with Lord Muruga. You don't have to doubt it. You don't have to have a vision of it. He is, when you call on him, he's there. And then he's there with the veil. And you do your part. If you do have a veil, or if you have an image of the veil, you can offer a light. You can pour some water in front of it on a dish so that the picture doesn't get wet. Or some people laminate pictures of the veil, and then they pour the water, milk, or juice on it. And then you ask Lord Muruga to get rid of your karmic debts. So not just the financial aspect of your life, but the karmic debts, health problems. A lot of people have dis-ease. A lot of people have pain because they're thinking too much. They can't sleep. They're anxious, or they know people who are struggling with COVID or comorbidities. People have died from this and they're scared. Oh my goodness, am I going to get a heart attack, or am I going to go too as well? People have shared with me that they're suicidal. So these are the evil forces that we're talking about. So spiritual people are really sensitive, and we pick up these random things and we think that that's ours. So Muruga, pouring the milk, water, or juice on the veil and saying his name every day, especially on this Thai Poosam, this full moon of Lord Muruga, you will get all those sins dissolved. How? Well, it's like taking a Tylenol, Dr. Pillai says. When you have a headache, you don't sit and endure it. Well, you can, but then it's just too painful and you've got to go to work, or you've got to do other things, or you just want to sleep, rest. I just had a pounding headache for 2 days and I was just pushing the limit, and I thought, oh, I just can't take it anymore. And I went in and took a Tylenol. I felt better almost instantaneously. So that's what we want to do, is not let our ego tell us you must suffer through this. So it's not that I'm popping pills. It's just that sometimes we don't think the right thoughts to take care of ourselves. So dis-ease of the body, dis-ease of the mind, and then also dis-ease or discontent of the soul. So the soul is always telling us that, hey, I'm encased in this body and I'm getting bombarded by your thoughts. So low self-esteem, you don't have any energy, you don't have any intelligence, you don't have any wisdom, you don't know what to do. Everything is gray. You're in the gray zone. So, and you can see clearly where your challenges are coming from, and you don't know the way out. So these divine beings will help you to find the way out. So Swami Ramalingam, as I mentioned, is an incarnation of Dr. Pillai, or an incarnation of Dr. Pillai's in his previous lifetime, and he's come back again to help us to come out of our harms and hurdles, to manifest a 200% life while we are working on transforming the DNA into the light. So why do we want more light? Well, light is intelligence. Light is that lightness of being. It's love. It's compassion. It is mercy. My goodness, we want mercy. We want forgiveness. We want to be able to forgive genuinely. So that's what these divine beings will do. And you'll just be like, oh my God, that was so easy. So the ego is what Merga will crush. He will say, stop edging God out, EGO. So he will just crush that whole energy. And then you will have this divine will, this spark of your soul saying, oh my goodness, thank you for getting out of the way. So these are the secrets, as Dr. Pillai shares. It's not that it's a secret being kept. It's just that you don't know about it. It's been hidden from you. And even over the years, we go deeper and deeper and deeper into this wisdom of Lord Muruga. So his time is this full moon. It's once a year. And then you will experience this upliftment. You'll experience energy, empowerment. You'll experience courage, or you might feel brave in the face of danger, or people who you feel that are just your competitors or rivals, or maybe even your peers. They don't want you to get ahead of them. Maybe there's jealousy, or people talk about evil eye, or they feel cursed, or there's black magic. And that's heavy duty, but we all know it's coming from somewhere and it's knocking us out. So Lord Muruga, he will just put this protection energy all around us when we call on him and we do it at the right time. So that's what Powertime practice is all about, is to think and say and do the right thing at the right time. And then we will know, okay, this is how I'm going to navigate through this tsunami of events that are happening. And speaking of tsunamis, there's so many natural calamities right now. God bless everyone who has been hit by the tsunami. And then also people in forest fires or any natural calamities, winds. We've had some tremendous winds here in Toronto, Canada, and it's taking out the power. And then also people, it's very, very cold here. So when the power goes out, there's no heat in the house. Unless you have a wood stove or some backup. But generally speaking, people are freezing. So we call on the divine to make sure that we are asking the divine, come in and protect all the elements, control them. Because how can we control Mother Nature? Mother Nature is going to do what Mother Nature is going to do. We don't have that ability, but these divine beings do. So they've mastered the 5 elements. So we're going to do this puja offering, which is an elementalization. We're going to activate these images of Lord Muruga. You can see him so happy standing up there. And he's got his veil and he's got a flag. And on the flag is a rooster. And the rooster was half of a demon. And then the peacock was the other half. So when you see these images, then you know, oh, there's something there. There's some symbolism. So how do we communicate in the spiritual realm? Is through symbols, through sounds, through vibrations, through energies, through these mantras that will protect your mind from being distracted so that you can focus and then you feel something happening. So the Lord Muruga battled this demon, and then this demon said, oh my goodness, you're the only one who could defeat me. So I want to be with you forever. So one part of the demon jumped up and he went on to his flag. He became the rooster on his flag, representing victory over the dark forces. And then the veil was, the peacock represents the meaning of Om. So omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. And what is that? It's wisdom. It's God consciousness. It's inside of us. So people always say, well, where is God? In these images or these stories, these myths. The myths are true forever. They're eternal events. They're celestial events that go on and on and on. And that's why our karma goes on and on and on, because we have a relationship, a reciprocal relationship across the cultures, across the traditions, all the religious traditions, all the cultures, whether it's organized religion or natural cultural religions. It's this ability to connect with these divine beings. And they all say that there's a reciprocal communion with the gods, these divine beings, archetypes, avatars, energies, celestial beings, gods, goddesses, saints who have passed and who are in their light bodies and can help us. They are ready to, if we call on them and we do the thing that is going to activate their intelligence so that we connect with them so much more readily and easily. So this elementalization is going to activate these images, and these divine beings are going to activate that energy inside of us because we also contain or carry the energy, the vibration of the elements. So the earth, water, fire, air, and space. There are sounds that activate those elements here inside of us, around us, all over the earth plane, and on other planes as well, in subtler forms, so non-physical forms, in other dimensions. So we're going to shift our dimensional thinking, if you will, our awareness perhaps, because we don't want to be even thinking. We want to just be merging, just like you would when you are looking at a baby and they're just cooing away, brand new born baby, and you look into this baby and you can't stop gazing. They're right from heaven. They're not too far from heaven, too long from heaven. They're just born into the earth plane and you're just melting. Your whole being melts. Or you hear a beautiful piece of music and your whole heart, your whole being melts, and you all these thoughts and these memories or this feeling comes up inside of you. You go, why is that? Because it's from the celestial realms. It's coming from beyond you, but you remember, your soul remembers and says, pay attention. This is going to make you to feel the energy of the divine, to experience the beauty of the body, the beauty of the mind, the beauty of the soul. As Dr. Pillai said, and so many of the masters say, it takes tremendous amount of grace and blessings to get a birth as a human in this, especially at this time when the golden age is happening and the door is open and we don't want to blink and miss it. So Muruga is the god of the third eye, he's a god of the wisdom. He can protect us. He can help us to stay on our path. He can help us to come out of harms and hurdles. He can uplift us, enlighten us. So if you don't know what enlightenment is, and who does really, it's an experience that you build on. So the consciousness is what we want to ask these divine beings and ask Dr. Pillai to wake that up inside of us, Muruga consciousness. So we can be spiritual warriors. We can feel the energy. We can feel the wisdom. We know when to say what and when to hold back. Most of us are like sticking our foot in our mouths, or we're just saying things because we're right and they're wrong. And then it just keeps spinning all of our challenges. So we don't know how to come out of it. However, Lord Muruga on this full moon, along with Swami Ramalingam, he's going to help you to heal your body, heal your mind, heal your soul, and to be able to transform your DNA so that it's more receptive to this grace light, this merciful light. We all want mercy. We all want forgiveness. We want to be able to forgive. We're tired of this warring going on. There's so much going on in the world. Somebody sent me a link where there's riots going on in one of the countries in the eastern part of Europe. And I just was shocked. Like, in my lifetime, I didn't think this was going to ever be happening. And it is. So there's a lot of people who are out of jobs, and you may be as well. And you may be feeling really down and out. We're going to call on the divine. And when we do that with Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings, because for some reason you're here, and maybe that's what you want to do, to participate in something that is beyond your understanding, that you just are drawn to it, you're pulled to it, you need it. So Dr. Pillai is going to fill us up. Lord Muruga is going to rock our chakras. We're going to feel like we have that veil inside of us. And then thereafter, we're going to bring in the energy of his mom, Shakti, power, energy, the ability to do things, to come out of that fatigue and tired and COVID fatigue, right? COVID breakdown. And then you can see the Nataraj, the dancing Nataraj with Swami Ramalingam in the background there in the book. And he is the one who says, I'm going to do the dance. So I'm going to destroy your negativity. I'm going to raise your intelligence. I'm going to help you to keep focusing on your soul self and your ability to connect with the divine. Once we have a great divine Wi-Fi connection, it doesn't take too long to communicate. If you've got dial-up Wi-Fi, it's a struggle, right? So it's spotty communication, you're frustrated, and then you just can't do anything. So when we call on these divine beings, we are going to get their grace and blessings. Dr. Pillai is going to wake up that intelligence inside of us. This is the time to do it. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'll walk you through all the steps. We're going to start with a bit of a clearing meditation so that we can come out of whatever it is that we've been up to today and in the previous week since we met before our last week. And then especially for those of you who haven't, you didn't jump on that call last week, watch the recording. All these Powertime practices are amazing because Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings are always there. And it's amazing in that people say, wow, I was just praying. I was gazing in the statues. I was gazing in the images. And all of a sudden the flower dropped or the flame flickered in one of the lights. So it's an indication that your soul is saying, hey, pay attention. Don't blink and miss it. You are evolving. You are bringing in the divine into your being, and then your karma will shift. So without further ado, I'm going to move off to the side and we're going to get into it. So thanks for joining, everyone. And again, we will have the grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai to help us to go deeper into our communion with these beautiful beings. And then we will come out of it. You can pop your questions onto the chat. Radha is here to share any feedback and also pop some links onto the chat as well, because Dr. Pillai's birthday is coming up. And then we also have a webcast or a webinar tomorrow with Pillai Center teacher Lakshmi Gina. And she's going to talk more about the power of this full moon. It's so important. It's once in a year. We don't want to blink and miss it. So you're here. And whether you can participate in those paid services, you definitely can participate now and review this recording or do a version of it at home. Pretty simple. So again, heart and soul sincerity and Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings, and you will have done yourself a world of good. And also you will have done the world a world of good. So let's get into it. Just going to bring it a little bit up close and personal. So I just want to take a moment to just show people here what these images are all about, especially for those people who are new to Dr. Pillai's teachings. So we have Ganesha, who removes the obstacles. He's the brother of Lord Merga. And they both love mangoes, which we have here. And so this is the picture of, so this is Shanmukha. This is six-faced. Shan means six and Mukha means face. So there's 6 faces or 6 heads of Lord Muruga here. And then you can see he's got a veil here, a bunch of weapons in his 12 arms. And then he's got the victory flag and the rooster is on there as well. And so the 6 faces represent the 6 parts of your brain. So the front of your brain, back of the brain, the sides of the brain, then the top of the brain and the middle of the brain. So your whole brain is going to light up. The third eye is going to awaken. Wisdom will be experienced and miracles will happen when you're in that state. So it's the science of spirituality, really, and we're using ourselves as our own experiment. So no one can negate what we feel. No one can negate what our experience is. Even though we might not believe it, we'll start to see things happen as a result of it. So this is a protection yantra in the back, an upward facing triangle down interfaced with a downward facing triangle and different symbols. There's 2, the peacock and the rooster are the symbols for Lord Muruga. And then we've got the Trisul, which is a symbol for Lord Shiva. the Gadha for Lord Hanuman, and Lord Vishnu's disc, the Sudarshan. So these will really destroy the negativity, and it looks like the Star of David. So that's why across the cultures, across the traditions, they have picked up on these images because they're coming from the divine realms, and then they make it their own, which is fine. So to each his own, and every soul's journey is just picking up on where they left off. So Swami Ramalingam is the image here on the book, and he's with the dancing Shiva, who will destroy the negativity and help you to sustain your manifestations and to create a new reality for yourself. Then we have the tall Lord Muruga there, who has gone on a journey from India. He was empowered for several months, many, many years ago. And I went on a trip, a pilgrimage. And then Dr. Pillai had said, hey, we're going to go over to Cambodia. I said, oh, okay, I'm going to go. So Lord Muruga came. I picked him up in India. He went to Cambodia. He stayed there during the pilgrimage. And then he came back a little bit delayed. He ended up in Paris, France for a while. So he's done what he needs to do to empower the world. And so he is quite a beautiful being, and you might experience this empowerment coming. So again, all these images have been blessed by Dr. Pillai personally. You can see Dr. Pillai's image here in the background, and he may pierce your heart with the energy. So I'm going to be turning down the lights as we go into a meditation, and we can experience some energy, something happening. We can maybe even have that moment where you didn't think any thoughts. Some people might pass out. It's all good. Whatever is going to happen. Some people might feel, oh my God, I had the worst meditation. All I did was think about all the terrible things that are going on. I'm just a basket case. It's because all that stuff is coming to the surface to be cleared. So remember, the full moon represents the fullness of your mind, the clarity. You can see everything. Whereas before, when the moon was was coming up to the full moon, or it was on the waning cycle where it was getting smaller, you were going more inside, and your mind was on the internal things that were going on. So we're not going to blink and miss it. You're going to feel the fullness. So imagine yourself experiencing whatever the divine is going to do. Set your intention. So if you have enemies, diseases, debts, legal problems, litigation, divorce, job challenges, where you don't feel like you have any energy to fight anymore for what's good for you, you just are being knocked down. So this is the time where the divine says, okay, enough, that's enough. So you just set your intention, say your prayer, and then the divine will reveal to you something. So I'm going to turn down the lights, and you can get into a state of receptivity. You can be closing your eyes now. Going inside. You can put your attention internally, meaning that the thoughts are going to pop up, but you just keep bringing your awareness back into the base of your spine, down your legs, into your feet and toes. Imagine a reddish orangish light. It's the energy of the goddess within, the Kundalini energy. It's the spiritual science of who you are at the level of the soul. And what it wants to do is it wants to activate these psycho-spiritual centers, chakras, or wheels of energy. So we'll call on Ganesha to remove the obstacles. He's the one who opens the floodgates so that you can experience the grace, the blessings of your soul taking you on a journey with Dr. Pillai and these divine beings. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now, put your attention on your backbone. Imagine the veil of Lord Muruga piercing your backbone from the base of the spine all the way up, so that the shaft of the veil is your spine, your backbone, and then the head of the veil is your brain, the midbrain, the third eye. So feel that stillness, that energy. Maybe you might even be wiggling around and straightening your body a bit, just quite naturally. And then you become aware of the chakras. So we'll begin to activate the veil, starting at the base of the spine. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest. Move up to the throat. This is where the stubborn karma is. Move up to the middle of the brain, the third eye. Float back down to the base of the spine, also down the legs, connect with the earth element. Nam, 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 Nam. Move up into the navel. Imagine water cleansing the abdomen and all the organs. It's a spiritual water. It's a spiritual cleansing. Ma, 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 ma. Now move up into the heart center, middle of the chest. Imagine setting your heart's desires on fire. Get fired up. Purify your heart's desires. Purify all the negativity that's stored in your heart with the element fire. She, 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 she. Now move up to the throat, the mouth, the nostrils. The element air is what you want to connect with. Va, 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 va. Move up to the two eyes. Take a moment to keep them steady and still. Now the right and left brain. Connect with the ether, the kosh, or space. Ya, 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 ya. Now imagine Dr. Pillai appearing before you in a form you're familiar with or vast light. Embrace the light emanating from his being. It enters your skin, the pores of your skin are absorbing this light, this intelligence, this beauty, this empowerment. Keep embracing the light. Feel the mercy, feel the grace, feel the bliss, feel the embrace of light and love. Om Aim Hreem Sarvalokaya Atityaya Shiva Satguru Shri Mrzi Swaha Om Aim Hreem Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Shri Mrzi Swaha Om Aim Hreem Sarvalokaya Atityaya Shiva Satguru Shri Mrzi Swaha. Connect with Dr. Pillai through these sounds that will activate light, intelligence, mercy, compassion, love, the ability to do everything that you want to do in this lifetime and to evolve, to become fully enlightened. So you are a walking miracle, creating miracles just by your being. Now we'll invoke Lord Merga. We'll activate the veil once again. So imagine the veil as your backbone and brain. Aum Aum Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravanabhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravanabhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Now you can chant along with me. We're going to activate the veil with Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings. Imagine him handing the veil to your backbone and brain, and you're holding on with your whole being. We'll say the sound for the veil. Veil, 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 veil. Internalize the vibrations coming from your own voice, saying veil, and imagining Dr. Pillai putting that veil into your backbone and your brain. You don't have to try, just feel it, receive it. Now, We'll call on Swami Ramalingam and Shiva to give us mercy, compassion, omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence, wisdom, the all-knowing ability to do everything and feeling empowered, enlightened, disease-free, and the ability to do miracles. Imagine a column of light coming down from the heavens. It's a vast light. And it comes and touches the top of your skull. Take a moment to feel this light entering the scalp. Maybe it's tingling, or can feel your hair stand on end. Some crawly experience around your skull. As this light enters your brain, the neurons begin to fire. Consciousness is fire. It's light, enlightenment. Feel the neurons, the nerves that communicate with one another, fire. Literally, sparks. You're merging with this light of mercy, compassion. It moves through your whole brain. It goes into your eyes, into your ears, in your nostrils, in your mouth, your tongue, the back of your throat, where you get choked up. Allow this light to release that energy, the blockage, from you experiencing or realizing God in you. The light continues on, moves down into the neck, cleansing the karma that's stuck in the throat. It's like liquid light. You don't even have to do anything. You're just receiving it. It's pouring over your shoulders, your chest, your upper back, down your arms and hands and fingers. Continues down the chest and inside the organs, the heart. The light goes deep in your heart, beyond your physical heart. You connect with your soul and the souls of everyone, everywhere, and the divine. Pour down into your guts, cleanse the organs, down into the pelvic region, down the legs, front and back, the buttocks, the hips and the knees are feeling the light, releasing some aches and pains, perhaps, or that stuck feeling. You can't step forward. It's light pouring down into the ankles, the feet, and all the way into the soles of the feet, the bottoms, and then the light shoots immediately into the earth center, connecting with the goddess, Mother Earth, who absorbs all your negativity and then sends loving energy to support you here on the earth plane. Once again, connect with Dr. Pillai, connect with Swami Ramalingam, Lord Shiva, the vast light from above, and imagine it so vast. Not only is it pouring in you, all around the world, And everyone is receiving it, whether they know it or not. Arutparam Jyoti, Arutparam Jyoti, Taniparam Karune, Arutparam Jyoti. Mercy, compassion, love, forgiveness, the ability to do everything, miracles. Arutparam Jyoti, Arutparam Jyoti, Taniparam Karane, Arutparam Jyoti. Embrace the light. Feel it moving through you, all around you. You are light. The veil in your backbone and brain has become like millions of suns, light, radiating protective energy, intelligence, wisdom. Arutparam Jyoti, Arutparam Jyoti, Taniparam Karune, Arutparam Jyoti. Aum Namah Shivaya. The chakras are coming alive. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Again, connect with the veil as your backbone and brain. Muruga, 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 Muruga. Just saying the name Muruga will activate your connection to this beautiful Pleiadian God who will bring a tremendous amount of healing of your finances, your relationships, your body, your mind, your soul. Will open the third eye. Will give you wisdom, protection, peace. Muruga, 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 Muruga. Say it. Hear your own voice vibrating. Muruga, 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 Muruga. And then internalize the vibrations. Connect with the veil, backbone, and brain. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul. Peace to the veil inside of your backbone and brain. Your divine Wi-Fi connection to Lord Muruga to protect you, to guide you, to give you wisdom, to open your third eye. To enlighten you. And slowly, slowly let go. Gently open your eyes. Can be gazing forward with your eyes relaxed. The lights are coming on. We're going to energize these images, beginning with something that represents the earth element. So this is the mango, and both Lord Muruga and Lord Ganesha love the mango, so we'll give that. And you can focus on, again, your chakra. Your earth chakra is from the base of the spine down the legs. So feel that energy starting to come alive. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Shri Mrzi Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Babaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Now we'll move up into our belly, connect with the water element, cleanse, feel the spiritual connection. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Shri Mrzi Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest, also down the arms and hands. Connect with the fire element. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Sadguru Shri Brazi Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Move up to the throat. We'll connect with the air element that is represented by lighting incense. It also knocks the ego out of the way and relieves us from Maya, the illusory force that distracts us from our divine practice of communing with these beings. It's our nature. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Sadguru Shri Brazi Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Now we'll move up into the brain, the two eyes, the third eye, and connect with the Akash. We want to erase the Akashic records of the thoughts that are going to manifest, and we don't want them to manifest, and we want other thoughts to manifest. So we offer the flower. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Shri Mrzi Swaha. Om Aim Hrim Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Shri Mrzi Swaha. Om Aim Hrim Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Shri Mrzi Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Swami Ramalingam Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravanabhavaya Namaha. Om Vetrivel 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 Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Connect with the images. Make your prayer. Ask for a sign that your prayer has been answered. Very lively today. And we will finish up by offering some camphor light to clear the space. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Om Vitrivel Subramanyaya Namaha. You can reach out and take the light. And bring it into your body, your mind, your soul, the space. It's the light of Arul, the light of love, mercy, compassion, enlightenment, miracles. And then you can just make your prayer. And your prayer can just be you're open to receive some message from the divine. Make a prayer to Dr. Pillai for guiding you to participate in this elementalization or puja offering, the meditation that is cleansing your body, your mind, your soul, your karma, your ego, the Maya. Our consciousness on the whole planet. And pray for those who need it the most. Enlightenment miracles for all. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Ooh. Well, there you have it. That was the sign. We lit up the world here. So thanks everyone for joining. You're welcome to share your experiences and know that this is for real. We're always looking for a sign of whether this elementalization, this puja offering was accepted by the divine. And as Dr. Pillai has shared, and the masters do share, you've got to look at how the divine is communicating with you. So we had the siren go off here. The house isn't burning down, but I guess there was just a little too much light. So it's interesting that it came right at the end. So thanks everyone for joining. Thanks so much, Radha, for helping out on the chat, and everybody at Pillai Center. So it takes a village to bring this intelligence, to bring this super intelligence that's actually high tech, and then have a wonderful, happy Thai Poosam. So it's going to be, the link will be posted to the chat if it isn't already. And then also please do join Lakshmi Gina for a free webinar tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time and then 2 p.m. Eastern time. I believe that's the time. But the link will be there. And then we are going to be continuing on with the chanting of Shreem Brazi. I think we're pretty much halfway there of the 21 days to bring in the consciousness of the goddess who brings everything that represents happiness on the earth plane. So we want a happy new year, but we just don't feel it. We're not feeling the love. So when you come and participate in these free services, you're filling up your body, your mind, your soul, your intelligence. And then you know, okay, I can do whatever it is that I need to do in my daily life. And as Dr. Pillai has just reinforced recently, our work is our worship. And so we're so busy not liking it or not liking the people that we're associating with, or our family is bugging us and COVID crazy is going on, and all the turbulence and challenges and just so much energy is going to just help us to stay awake and to stay empowered throughout the day. So we want to acknowledge our soul's journey and what it needs. So when you come and you participate, then you will fill yourself up and you'll have a full tank of spiritual energy, spiritual intelligence, wisdom, beauty. Even if you don't feel like that's what's happening, your soul needs it. So we need to feed our soul. We need to feed our karmas. So we don't want to feed the ones that are going to be really challenging with fear, anxiety, anger. So Lord Merga is a really great god or archetype who will get rid of our anger, our frustration, our impatience. So he's associated with the planet Mars, which is a warrior planet, fiery. But then he gives the wisdom. So fire up your backbone and brain with your veil. You can take also a veil and then pierce it. I think I have pierced a veil here. Let's see. Oh, there it is. So this is something that you can do too. You take a lemon or a lime and you can just, make a little slit in the skin. So you always use your right hand and you make a little poke it in and then just shove it in. And then you can just imagine it taking on the karma. This is like a surrogate technology. The lemon is you, and because life has given you lemons and you don't want to make lemonade, you want that karma to go. So again, high-tech spiritual technology, just like the Tylenol. You don't have to know exactly how it works. Just take it, do it. Pour the water, the milk, the juice over the veil. And especially on this full moon coming up, Thai Poosam. So that's it from me. Oh, I wanted to share you. This is where I was talking about at the beginning. This is the picture of Dr. Pillai. You can see, so this person had was sitting behind someone here in the audience. And then they just decided they're going to snap a picture of Dr. Pillai. He's sitting right there, and he's just turned into white light. So that's what we can aspire to. And as Dr. Pillai shared, you just keep doing your spiritual practices, and God only knows if you're going to get that experience. But what does it mean? There's no pain, no suffering, and you do miracles just by being. And then in that moment, she felt so embraced by that light. And even though she's no more, she's in heavenly realms, I'm sure, she left a legacy for all of us. So that's it. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you all. Have an amazing year ahead. And then please make sure that you come and participate in as many free services if you can afford it, if you can budget it. Check out the paid services, and that is going to do you a world of good and also to do everyone else a world of good. So please give us the thumbs up, give us a like, and then subscribe to this channel, because you don't know when we're going to be giving, not only for Powertime practice, but other Apply Center practice. There's other teachers who give out teachings as well. So thanks so much, everyone. God bless you all, and have an amazing journey. We'll see you next week. Please do make sure that you do something, one of those things that we just mentioned throughout this celebration on the full moon coming up. And whether you participate in the paid service or not, do this with whole heart, knowing this is once a year to connect with Lord Muruga, get rid of your enemies, your diseases, your debts, litigation, black magic, evil eye, all that really yucky stuff. And then also to open your heart and to open your chakras, and then eventually open your third eye. And he's the God of wisdom. So we have to go to him to get the third eye open. So have an amazing journey, and we will see you when we see you next. Namaste.